Well, the Division Series came to an end last night, a bit controversially. Um, it ended with Game 5 in San Francisco between the Dodgers and Giants. Dodgers won that game 2-1, but we all know how that ended. Wilmer Flores, they say he went around. Even when in live time, I figured he didn't swing, but they said he went around for strike three and that was it. I saw the slow motion earlier today. It was less closer than that. He wasn't even close to swinging, but it is what it is. And the Dodgers took out the Giants in a clash of titans. First ever playoff meeting between the two longtime rivals, and it went to the Blue Crew, the defending World Series champions, are headed to the NLCS to face the Braves. It's a rematch of last year. Of course, we all know what happened last year. It was the bubbles. The Braves won 3-1, but they collapsed at the end. Um, it should be a good NLCS. The Braves took out the Brewers. Poor Brewers. Brewers Brewers won got there by shutting out teams, but they ended up getting shut down themselves. They scored 6 runs in 4 games. My goodness. And so yeah, it's another more disappointment for the Brewers. It's definitely disappointing, especially since a few months ago Milwaukee celebrated the NBA championship. So yeah, the Braves are back in the NLCS. It's their second straight appearance, and it's them versus the Dodgers again. This time there actually is home field advantage, and it belongs to Atlanta. See, this is gonna have the baseball purists kind of up in arms because the Dodgers won 106 games. The Braves only won 88, but there's a problem. The Dodgers did not win their division. The Dodgers did not win their division. The Braves did. So there's where the home field advantage lies. 16 fewer wins than the Dodgers, but Game 7, if it goes that far again, Game 7 will be in Atlanta. Oh. And then there's the American League. Oh boy. I'd rather not talk about the ALCS, but I have to. Boston won. They got the White Sox out of there, which no, I'm wrong. I'm mixing up my series. I'm sorry. Houston got the White Sox out of there, which is no surprise. I knew Houston was going to win because the White Sox, they were coasting on a bad division. Plus, Marusa's their manager. Marusa doesn't even know what year it is. He's the only person. He's the only person in sports even more senile than Vince McMahon. And that's saying something. But yeah. So Houston got them out of there. And Boston. Oh, I'm so pissed off at the Rays. As soon as the Rays got beat, I said, I said this. I still say this. Tampa Bay's only real team is the Lightning. It's true. Tampa Bay's only real team is the Lightning. And I know when the Bucks won the Super Bowl. Yeah, but number one, they got lucky. Number two, Brady tends to either lose to or barely survive against teams that better quarterbacks, Rodgers, Mahomes, Dak, blow out. Last night was proof. They barely beat the Eagles. You're supposed to blow out the Eagles, but that's another story. Tampa had that great 100-win season, and they fizzled against Boston. Their pitching is terrible. Their pitching is awful. And of course, the manager's a complete idiot. Ask Blake Snell about it. So, it's Boston and Houston in the ALCS. The collective sound you hear is the turning of Yankees fans' stomachs, myself included. One of these two teams is going to be in the World Series. Sickening, isn't it? And again, it's another LCS appearance for Houston. They've made, I think they've made, what, 5 in a row? It's 5 straight. They made 5 straight, dating back to that tainted 2017 campaign. They made 5 straight LCSs, and they've won 2 of the previous 4. Like I said, one of these two teams is going to be in the World Series, and it's going to be sickening for Yankee fans like myself. But the National League should beat one of them. However, we are also close to what I'm calling the Revenge Series. Houston and LA. It'll be 4 years in the making, and it'll be hyped more in sports than Tom Brady returning to Foxborough. Now, I have to say this. The worst thing that can happen in baseball is the Astros winning, because they will pound their chests repeatedly and come back at Yankee fans, but especially Dodgers fans, over everything. See, I told you. We didn't cheat. We didn't need to cheat. We're just that damn good. We're gonna hear that. We're gonna hear that up until the next World Series. And I have to say this: if it is Houston and the Dodgers, if it is Houston and the Dodgers in the World Series, and if Houston beats the Dodgers again, Dodgers fans need to do two things: just hide and keep quiet. That's it. Dodgers fans should be allowed to chirp for the next, I would say, 2 years. I wouldn't say the next season. I would say 2 years. Because Dodgers fans were the loudest, when the cheating was exposed. Yankee fans had our things to say too, but we said our piece and left it alone. Dodgers fans still say, that's our trophy. Give it to us. Justin Turner was one. Justin Turner said they should just give us the trophy. Doesn't work that way, unfortunately. They should have vacated it, but they didn't. But that's the one thing maddening about this. It's not that Houston cheated. It's that they pretty much got away with it. They got a slap in the wrist punishment. They had a commissioner who protected them, warning pitchers to not throw at them. What part of the game is this? I guarantee you, I said this before, if that had been the Yankees, if that had happened to the Yankees, I guarantee you, we would get the book thrown at us. It would be bigger than War and Peace. I just know it. But anyway, that's what we're faced with. A great NLCS rematch in the National League and the LCS from hell, at least from a Yankees fan perspective, in the American League. Personally, like I said, either one winning is just sickening. But if I have to make predictions, I'll just say Houston in 6. Though honestly, and I do mean this, if Boston beats them out, I'll actually be happy about it. But because a Boston pennant isn't worth stomaching either, but it'll be a bit less painful than Houston. So, but I think Houston's gonna beat them. Houston in 6, and I'm just gonna go out on a limb here. I say Braves in 6. I think the Braves are gonna do it this time. I think the Braves are gonna beat the Dodgers. They have the home field. Everything's pretty much in their favor, even with the high-powered pitching of the Dodgers. The Braves should do. They beat Milwaukee's pitching. Remember, Milwaukee led the league in shutouts. So who knows? But those are my picks. Houston 6, Braves in 6. And it was a great division series. Only one series went 5, but it's the one that should have went 5. So and there were no sweeps. There were no sweeps, no 3-game sweeps. Because a sweep in a best of 5 series is just completely anticlimactic. It really is. With that, I say that's my review of the division series. It was pretty good. And I'll be back in a few days. I'll be back as early as Tuesday to recap Week 6 of the NFL season, which is underway. And I want to mention hockey here. Major congratulations to the Seattle Kraken. Release the Kraken. Congratulations to the Kraken. They got their first win in franchise history. They beat the Nashville Predators 4-3. It was a good game for both teams, but Seattle, they did it. So congrats to them. I'll be back in a few days to recap Week 6 of the NFL season, and I will recap the LCS whenever that ends. Click the like button if you like what you see. Click subscribe if you want more of this. Each of my stories about the teams that were eliminated. All 4 of my stories about the Rays, the White Sox, the Brewers, the Giants. All my stories are vocal. They will be in the description below, so check them all out if you want to. And again, I'll be back to recap Week 6 of the NFL season, and I'll recap the LCS once that ends. So stay tuned.